What's going on, everybody? It's Alberto again, here for week 3 of Internship 1. For this week, we are working on assignment 3, and we are working with a 17-year-old male who is blind, and we are teaching them the skill of blocking a ball in a game of goalball. I hope you guys enjoy. In this video, I'll cover different barriers that can come into the way of an individual who is blind, both within the environment and the facility, while also covering different accommodations that can be made within the facility and during the activity to promote inclusivity for this individual to be able to participate as independently as possible. Plus, I will discuss the different adaptive equipment that is necessary to be able to conduct this activity. And finally, I will provide several different community resources for this individual and their family. So there are several different barriers that could come in the way of an individual's ability to participate, both within the facility and in the environment. Since goalball is a game played by individuals who are blind, it may be difficult sometimes for individuals to be able to be aware of where they are on the court while playing. It is important as a leader of an activity to provide sets of boundaries so individuals are aware where the court ends and where the court begins. This helps prevent individuals from bumping into walls, other players, or other objects that may be off of the court, such as bleachers or maybe bags. Individuals who participate in the activity recommend the use of taped heavy rope around the lines of the court, including the high line, the center line, the wings, and the center of the goal. This provides individuals participating in this activity a sense of spatial awareness of where they are in the court and prevents any accidents from occurring. All signs within a facility must follow ADA guidelines but provide a sense of directionality for individuals depending on the severity of their blindness. Signs should have braille on the bottom of them, large characters, and contrasting print so that if an individual could be partially blind, they can still be able to read the sign and be able to get to where they want to be in the facility at ease. Braille could aid if the individual who is blind is able to read Braille so that they know exactly where they are in the facility and how to get around. With these signs following the ADA guidelines, it helps provide a sense of independence for these individuals so that they won't need to be asking for aid throughout their time at the facility and be able to get around on their own and independently. If an individual is utilizing a white cane to get around the facility, all prominences should be protruding enough that the individual's white cane can detect them so that they know if there's anything ahead of them that they could possibly get injured by, or possibly where they might be needing to enter to get around and get to the point of the facility they're trying to get to. All staff within the facility should be open to providing aid to individuals who are blind if they ask for help to get around the facility. Staff should never hold individuals who are blind by their hand or by their arm, as it may be discriminatory against them. Individuals who are helping these participants in this activity should walk side by side with them or walk a little bit ahead of them to promote independence and inclusivity while the individual who is blind is trying to get around. Staff should not refrain from using terms such as look and see when talking and aiding an individual who is blind. Facilities that fail to provide several different landmarks around it, such as water fountains, restrooms, garbage cans, could possibly leave an individual who is blind in distraught because they will not have a sense of orientation of where they are within the facility. These landmarks aid in the individual's memory of how to get around the facility and get in and out of it while trying to get to the point of the facility they are trying to get to. It provides a sense of ease of access when an individual who is blind is trying to navigate around a facility. Loud environments could hinder an individual who is blind from being able to hear and listen to instructions given by an activity leader. Activity leaders should take this into account when selecting a facility to use to do this activity, such as goalball. Lack of proper drop-off areas could result in accidents occurring and potentially an individual who is blind getting lost before entering the facility if the drop-off area is not right before the entrance to it. There are several pieces of adaptive equipment that is necessary to be able to conduct this activity of goalball. The first essential would be an official goalball. These balls have bells in place of them, so when an individual rolls a ball as In goalball, all balls must be rolled and may only bounce once before passing the high line, so that when the ball rolls, the individuals across the center line can hear the ball as it comes, since they are wearing eye shades and eye patches to completely cover their vision. The goal balls range between $50 to $100 depending on the retailer you're purchasing them from and the provider as well. The next piece of essential equipment will be eye shades. Eye shades go over the individual's eye, completely blocking out their vision, since some individuals who participate in goalball are partially blind. These eye shades promote equality throughout the whole playing field by refraining and restricting the amount of vision that an individual can use by totally blacking it out. These eye shades also protect participants as well by protecting their eyes from getting hit by the ball potentially. These eye shades range between $40 to $70 depending on where you are purchasing them from, and they usually come with extra accessories. That's why the price ranges go up, such as storage bags and extra rubber pieces to put around the eye shade interior. And most of these eye shades also come with eye patches as well. Next piece of adaptive equipment that would be needed would be a freestanding goal ball net. If a net can't be provided or the leader of the activity cannot afford one, a cone alternative could be used, but just make sure that the cones are at the proper width of what an actual net would be. Padding is probably essential for some players as well to avoid getting scratches and bruises while playing. They range between $10 to $30 and they're usually sold at normal athletic stores such as Dick's Sporting Goods, amongst many others. Head padding is one of the more common types of padding that is used by goalball players. These head pads prevent the ball from hitting the individual in their face and also provides cushioning as well when they're diving on the floor for balls too. Could also protect individuals from banging into other teammates too. Now, the accommodations that I recommend for this activity are just ways to prevent the barriers from holding back the individual who is blind from participating in the activity to their fullest potential. As I stated in the previous video I did for last week, the goal of inclusivity is to provide opportunity to all individuals to perform the activity to be able to do it at the best of their abilities and at their fullest potential. Like I said before, to promote inclusivity through this activity, there should be taped heavy rope all around the boundaries and the lines that are on the goal ball court, including the high line, center line, the wings, and the center box in front of the net. This will provide the individual with spatial awareness of where they are on the court and where the court ends, and helps prevent any injuries from occurring. Like I said, also about barriers, all signs should have braille on them, should have contrasting characters and very large fonts, so individuals who are partially blind or who can read braille can be able to use them as pinpoints for directionality of where they want to go within a facility. Proper drop-off and pickup areas should be in place as well, so the individual can have ease of access when trying to enter the facility and get into their transportation to leave the facility as well. There should be little to absolutely no noise in the environment where this activity is taking place, as goalball is a adaptive sport that is very big on the use of the hearing sense for hearing the ball when it comes towards your net, and it's important that there's no noise that could potentially distract individuals participating in this activity and limit their ability to perform. Activity leaders should also ask the facility to add any more landmarks if needed, since this is an activity that has individuals who are blind participating in it, and these landmarks will provide a sense of orientation of where certain areas are, such as restrooms or bathrooms, and some of these could include plants, water fountains, garbage cans, amongst many others. Now I will provide several different community resources that the individual can use and their family. Miami Lighthouse for the Blind is an organization that provides services to individuals who are blind in South Florida. These services include schooling for children, independent living skills classes for adults, and senior health classes. They also have programs such as providing free prescription glasses to individuals who may need them. The Florida Division of Blind Services is a service provider based in Daytona, Florida. This service provider provides programs that promote independence and success for individuals who are blind. These include programs to find employment, infant programs through affiliated community programs in the area, and a rehab center that aids in the transition and teaching of independent skills for individuals who are blind. The National Federation of the Blind is a federation that fights for equal opportunity and the rights of individuals who are blind. This federation provides different programs such as free assistive technology, such as providing free white canes to individuals who may need them. They also provide different resources that are useful for the individual's families and has a scholarship program and grant program to fund post-secondary education as well. The American Council of the Blind is a council that promotes independent living and equal opportunity for individuals who are blind. This council has several state affiliates, such as one here in Florida, the Florida Council of the Blind. It advocates for government actions for the rights of individuals who are blind and also has scholarship programs and different events to promote their beliefs and what they're trying to achieve. So now I'm going to teach you how to block a ball in a game of goalball. Cut it. Since we were not able to get access to a pair of eye shades and an actual goalball, we're going to improvise, and I'll be using a volleyball and a bandana to cover my eyes when the ball is rolled to me to block it. Your defensive stance, you will be on your knees about shoulder width apart, sliding side to side to decide which direction you want to go in. When you dive, your arms should be over your head and your legs should be straight, with a little gap in between, with your head facing the posterior part of your arms. Again, your arms should be over your head with a little gap in between to avoid the ball going in between your arms or over the top arm, and it makes it easier to catch the ball. Same with your legs, they should be straight out with a gap in between so you avoid the ball going over your top leg or through the middle of them. Turn your head to the posterior part of your arm to protect it from possibly getting hit by the ball. So when you put it all together, be sure from your defensive stance you slide to the correct side of where the ball is headed by listening to the bells within it. Always be sure that once you have the ball in your hands, you get right back into throwing stance, as some teams prefer you to throw it right back as the other team's defense is not set. Now with that, I've shown you how to block a ball in goal ball. Just remember, always have fun. It's all about having fun during games like this. Always keep your ear out for where the ball is rolling and always be in your stance to be ready to block the ball and get right back into rolling stance. Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.